Welcome to Comfort Advocate number 2. My name is James Williams Jr. and this is important and slightly racist. So, a UFC fighter named Mike Perry isn't happy with actor Michael Jai White, and a UFC fighter recently called for a backyard brawl with the actor following the comments about the late Kimbo Slice. A few days later, Perry continued to attack the actor on social media, and this time he even went as far as using racial slurs. Blood and Bone, Perry White, referring to the movie Michael Jai White and more like a black, I guess this is supposed to be a badass nigga, at Michael Jai White. Oh, it's a bitch ass nigga. Okay, so y'all can find this at one of them Top Buzz things. Let me scroll back up. It doesn't say, but it came across me by Top Buzz. And it's called Bloody Elbow. So it says Blood and Bone is more like bitch ass nigga. And then it has the little A and at Michael Jai White. This shit is on his Twitter page or whatever the fuck. Perry doubled down on his upset following tweet saying he called the actor the N-word because he straight being one. Alright, so those are more things on there. Fight me or pay me, blah blah blah. That's not the important part. So the UFC welterweight champion has a history of similar issues, including his hurtling racist slurs at his Korean foe. Perry used the various slurs through years while attacking White. Obviously had completed a difference in intentions. Tyron Woodson once gave a fellow Florida-based fighter in Perry's pass since he called him the N-word in an exclusive manner. Other UFC vets, Gerald Harris, still took offense to him using the slur, but Perry said he can't do shit about it anyways. Perry previously stated that if a young white man says the N-word, be prepared to defend yourself. I agree with that. You should probably be prepared to defend yourself. But what my real question is how the hell does he still have a job in the UFC? Now, when UFC and them first came out, they didn't have my weight class, so I couldn't get a job. That's why none of y'all know who the fuck I am. Way back in the 90s when shoot fighting was a thing, and before everybody got hooked on Bloodsport and thinking that Frank Dukes was the shit or whatever the hell your situation was, Rec, Prime, UFC, those were like the three cage fighting things, because MMA was there, but it wasn't like MMA, like it's universal thing like UFC, Rec, and Pride. And those three things did exist, and those three things was your heavy hitters, except for the shit that Butterbean did was like the Tough Man contest. Alright? Tough Man contest, I couldn't enter that bitch because you weren't allowed to use your feet. And I'm better with my feet than I am with my hands, so yeah, that won't happen. The one good thing about the Tough Man contest is there wasn't really a bunch of weight classes involved. Where when you would go for UFC or Pride or Rec, there was weight classes, and if you were under 120 pounds, you can hang that shit up. They didn't have a super fly fathom weight. I don't know. I put in my applications because the internet was the only way that you could put in your applications back in like 95, etc. I had just got out of school in 94, 93, somewhere in there, and I found out about these things. Like, yeah, I want to do that. But I was never given the golden opportunity. Now that I'm 46, now they got guys that's like 120 pounds and 130 pounds and 115 pounds and now are fighting. And I'm like, 20 years ago, I could have had a career 20 years ago. But no, y'all didn't want the little guys to have anything. And then all of a sudden, y'all see the little guys got some shit. Y'all put them on the fight cards now. That's neither here nor there with this video. That's just a fact of my life. But, the whole simple fact is how does this guy still have a job in the UFC with all this racial crap going on? Now I understand, like, if it was like some WWE crap, because they do sanction these things for WWE where actors will get involved in actual stuff like Red Arrow and Green Arrow, because I am a fan. I don't know what happened to the guy that did the Red Arrow, the guy with the Spock ears. I don't remember his name, but his move was the Red Arrow. And so the Green Arrow and him teamed up against Triple H and somebody, I think. My memory shoots me. But anyway, the whole point is that every now and again, it's the same thing with Floyd Mayweather fighting the Big Show. We all knew the Big Show was going to lose that fight. We know that WCW, WWE, whatever the hell they were at the time, was not going to let the Big Show beat Floyd Mayweather. And not to say that the Big Show couldn't beat Floyd Mayweather, it was just that we knew that shit won't gonna happen. What's going on with my curtain? Sorry. I know that was completely random. But anyway, it was like disturbing me. Sometimes those things happen. But you know, for this thing with Mike Perry, you know, you ain't got to be racist, dude. And furthermore, people have gotten fired for less by like dancing in thongs on the internet. Why does this guy still have a job? Now, that should be like a contract bust right there, because it said so on the interview that he said the same thing about his Korean opponents. So is this guy a racist or not? Because, you know, if he's saying it to get people, you can go a better way of pissing off the guy that you're going to fight next week in the ring than going to a racial slur. I don't think that racial slurs are appropriate. If we're going to get into a brawl and I'm going to be in the UFC or whatever, and we get there and we got Dana White right here and I'm right there and you're on the other side and you start hollering all kinds of racial slurs, you know, we ain't going to make it to whatever the event is, because I'm going to kill you right then and there. Now, I'm not going to be sitting there and be taking that shit, because I can see it now. Yeah, Williams is 120 pounds of chief. Or he may be a nigger and a chief, and I'm going to beat him up. And I, on the other hand, be like, okay, Mr. White, I need you to take one step back. And before you blink, flying dragon kick right to the face. And they were like, what? I said, nah, we ain't going to make it to the UFC event, because this motherfucker's going to the hospital right now. You don't actually need to motivate anybody more than the hype that's already going to be there. But if you're going to get racist on there, regardless of your color, regardless of if you're white, regardless if you're black, regardless if you're Asian, if you're going to use a racial slur on someone of those colors and they are not your color, you get what you ask for. And if they pound the dog shit out your ass because you being a racist, I got nothing for you, but may God have mercy on your soul, because whoever you call a nigger, a chink, a gook, a spick, a wetback, a chief, cracker, or honky, and whatever other racial slur there is out there, if you call somebody of a particular race those names and they beat your ass, you deserve it. This is Kung Fu Havoc number 2, BC and you.